Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. And let me see who was here first. Caroline, thank you so much for being here first. Oh, and thank you for being a member. Very good. Thank you so much for that. By the way, I don't think we'll be here more than an hour, so let's get on with it, shall we? All right. Well, Megan posted this today on As Ever. The As Ever team getting creative in the kitchen with our shortbread cookie mix, flour sprinkles, and delicious fruit spread. Perfect for tea time or anytime. That looks so good. I'm telling you, that is the apricot. I think it is apricot and raspberry. Yeah, that looks like the apricot and the raspberry. That is so perfect. And I love the fact that they're just using the same tray that it was baked in. So you have all the like burned caramelization and everything around the pan, like it came out of anybody's kitchen. That is perfection. I love that. All right. Hello, legs, Jacqueline. Uh, that Edie girl. Hi, Edie. Lydia Washington. Okay. And as ever, Rose, I still love whoever did this artwork. That is so cool. Filling backpacks, fueling dreams. Filling backpack and fueling dreams. Check out what's his name. What is that guy's name? You know what? I cannot believe I forgot his name, but somebody looks like they are on the Ozempic bandwagon. I'm telling you, anybody who's been struggling, Ozempic or one of the other competitors in that field is a godsend. He looks good. I mean, he was already a good looking guy. Don't get me wrong. He was already a good looking guy. And I mean, it's just incredible the change, though. Um, Looking lean and looking good. Well, it says here to kick off the 2025 school year, the Archwell team rolled up our sleeves with Big Sunday, a Los Angeles based nonprofit that believes everyone has something to give. Their mission: connect people through acts of service that strengthen communities, improve lives, and remind us we all belong. Remember that we all belong. Okay, and go to one of the next slides here. Then it says, in celebration of Big Sunday's 16th annual Back to School Week, we joined hundreds of volunteers to help level the playing field for under resourced students, that is, and schools. Together, we packed backpacks brimming with essential supplies, bundled pencils, and wrote heartfelt notes filled with encouragement, hope, and joy. Reminders to each student that they are seen, valued, and capable of great things. These backpacks will soon find their way into the hands of children and classrooms across Los Angeles, giving students not just the tools they need for the year ahead, but a tangible reminder that their community is behind them every step of the way. So let's take a look here. Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight. Look at there. Ah, this is a great pick. Love that. And I'm kind of loving that backpack. I like the colors, right? I love that backpack. It's not so army green as it seems to be more like apple green, but still, that looks amazing. Lex says it could just be California. You know, when I lived there, my weight just kept dropping. All the walking, biking, lack of humidity. and hiking always kept me active. Yeah, people in LA, they get out. They really do. They get out and they do things. Yeah, maybe it's just that LA effect. Okay. All right, let's move on to this one. With Love, Megan is returning to Netflix much sooner than expected. Yeah, you know what? I was thinking September they were coming back. But you know what? I'll take them whenever I can get them. But I thought for certain that September was the return. Um, but it doesn't matter. Long as it's back, right? Long as it's back. That's the only thing that matters. With Love, Megan premiered on Netflix on the 4th of March, 2025. And just days after its release, the streaming platform confirmed that a second season had already been filmed and would be released in the autumn. However, Netflix has now shared that With Love, Megan season 2 will actually be available to watch much sooner than expected this month. In fact, the show, which sees Megan sharing her tips and tricks for hosting, cooking, and homemaking alongside a string of celebrity guests, is back for a second helping with even more recipes and famous friends. The news of this release also comes just days after Netflix confirmed that they have extended their media partnership with the Sussexes. So, what can viewers expect from the second installment of Megan's lifestyle show? This time around, the Duchess is joined by the likes of Tan France and Chrissy Teigen. And in a new trailer, we can see her creating delicious dishes, baking, crafting cocktails, and even dabbling in a bit of pottery. She's also sharing anecdotes about her husband, Prince Harry, who made a fleeting appearance in the second season, actually, in the season one finale. Yeah, not the second season, the season one finale. Look at that. I'm getting ahead of myself. Here's everything you need to know about With Love, Megan season two. Number one, when the release date for With Love, Megan season two? Season one was released less than 6 months ago, but Megan's already back and much sooner than anticipated. With Love, Megan season two is set for release on Netflix on Tuesday, the 26th of August, with 8 brand new episodes. 8 episodes. I can't wait. Which celebrity stars in Megan Sussex show? Well, we went over that yesterday. As a matter of fact, why don't I bring it up since I do have it? I'll just go ahead and bring it up and we'll skim through those. Um, but I hope you guys are not expecting those lengthy explanations as to who these people are, like I gave yesterday, because I didn't want to embarrass you guys like I did yesterday, because, I know who all these people are, and some of you all don't, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Oh, you know what? There we go. So there's, ready for it? Chrissy Teigen, Daniel Martin, David Chang, Jose Andreas, Jay Shetty, and Radhi Dev. Ooh, Devlu. Is it Devlu? Ooh, one more time. Slow down. Delucia. Delucia. Devlucia. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get that V in there. Heather Dorick, Tan France, Claire Smith, Samin Nasrat, Christina Tosi, Jamie Kern Lima, and that's it. That's the lineup. That is the lineup. Like I said, I know all those people very well, and I, you know, given the time constraints, I don't want to have to, show off with my knowledge of so many things. So I'll just leave it there. Okay, this is the one I couldn't wait for. I was going to do the article from the, oh, what is it, the Guardian, but I'm going to skip the Guardian and just go with Feminegra, because you know how much I love Feminegra. And as a reminder, you guys, please make sure you sign up for Feminegra's mailing list. Yes, please do that. So the government hoped well, let me start with the title. Over 46,000 public bodies refused free King Charles portraits. Let that number sink in. 46,000. 46,000 public bodies refused free King Charles portraits. Lex says, wait, where's that horrible, dirty-haired UK chef? Oh, you mean the one? Thank you for the super chat. You're talking about that guy that looks like he lives in a cardboard box. When I saw him, I forgot his name, but is it Sam something? I just felt like he needed a good bath. And I wouldn't take him any place but like maybe to a veterinarian's office or one of those like doggy daycare places where they like bathe the dogs. That's the only place that it seems like he should be bathed, and not in a home with decent people. And I'm just sure after his bath, he would just shake and throw water everywhere. But yeah, he's nasty, very nasty. Yeah, but I almost forgot about him acting like he was in such demand. And didn't Netflix come out and say we don't know anything about him? I think they did. They had came out and made a statement that we didn't ask him to do anything. That's bad. But thank you, Legs. I almost forgot about that creature. Okay. Trying to push in on the thing like that. Okay, so it says here, the government hoped to celebrate King Charles III's reign with a nationwide portrait scheme. Every town hall, hospital, university, church, and even job center could display a framed image of the monarch at no cost. Ministers framed the offer as a way to honor our ultimate public servant. The Cabinet Office allowed 2.7 million pounds to fund the project. Yet more than 46,000 public bodies declined the portrait. Only 31% of the sign of waning appetite for royal imagery in public spaces. The refusal rate has drawn scrutiny because the monarch still commands large taxpayer funding, while public support is steadily dropping. That is the most embarrassing thing. 46,000 bodies or agencies, schools, you name it, all these public spaces, 46,000 public spaces across Britain reject Charles' image. That is embarrassing. But I guess if it's not mandatory, then they don't have to accept it. They'd rather display the Union Jack than to display an image of the sovereign. That is the most embarrassing thing. Yet more than 46,000 bodies declined the portrait, only 31% accepted. 31%. Now, what did that last YouGov poll say? Limited uptake and selective enthusiasm. The number shows a sharp divide in enthusiasm. Just 3% of hospitals requested the portrait. Universities reached 7%. Only 1 in 4 churches. Isn't Charles the head of the church? Only 1 in 4 Church of England churches, despite King Charles serving as the church's supreme governor, chose to take part. In contrast, national and local government bodies accepted at a rate of 73%. So obviously, if it's, the government, but still only 73% of those, which it should be like 100%. But given the choice, they said no. Let's see here. Carolyn Baker says, hello, Baron and Squatties. Is words do matter? Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting that. Thank you for reminding me. I know how the name changed. Baron Feminagra now has a YouTube channel. Do they? Thank you for letting me know that. I had no idea. I hope it is their channel. I mean, not to say that you don't know, but I just hope it's not someone posing as them. But I will check it out, though. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for the super chat. Oh, yeah. And thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Okay. Did not know that, but I will check it out. And good for them. I want them to be very successful. In total, more than 20,000 portraits were sent to institutions across the UK. Each image, each image, each image showed King Charles in a metal-laden Royal Navy uniform. Supporters viewed the scheme as a symbol of national unity. Critics saw it as outdated, costly, and ill-timed during a period of economic strain. Yeah, nobody's in the mood to celebrate someone who is living off of the public dole while so many others are suffering. And then, of course, it says secrecy and growing public skepticism. The Guardian filed a Freedom of Information request to discover. You mean to tell me the Guardians are the one that ratted them out? The Guardian filed a Freedom of Information request to discover which institutions accepted the portrait. The Cabinet Office refused first. It claimed revealing the list would breach confidence. The only confidence that is breached is that of Charles III, because I wouldn't feel very confident if so many people rejected my portrait. Oh, well, them's the breaks. Later, it argued disclosure could harm reputations. Again, a rejection of Charles, and distract public bodies from their work. Officials also warned of negative public perception if the names were published. Well, I could understand that it would distract people having to look at that image of Charles. It's not a distraction because we found out he wasn't welcome. It's a distraction only if they would have installed the photo. Polls indicate a shifting. Oh, let me see here. I don't want to say the name, but AM, thank you so much for the PayPal. Okay. Polls indicate a shifting mood. YouGov data shows the proportion of adults who believe the monarchy benefits Britain fell from 60% in 2019 to 51% in 2024. Now, I think they're skipping 2023 when they were underwater with 48%. Am I right about that? That's skipping the all-time low. Because after the Omid Scobie's book, Endgame, they were underwater and desperate. So they are skipping the lowest number and going straight to 2024. And even with that, 51% is really bad. That is barely surviving. Those who viewed it as bad for the country or neither good nor bad rose from 34% to 44%. Campaign group Republic called the secrecy unacceptable. Chief Executive Graham Smith said the public has a right to know how money is spent. As a matter of fact, his tweet on X says Graham Smith said the chances of there being controversy or controversy around spending money on portraits is far more likely than in the past. And it was unacceptable to maintain secrecy around public spending by cash-strapped public institutions in order to avoid controversy. I like to say it with that English accent. Controversy. 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 Royal historian Dr. Ed Owens described the decision as absurd. He noted that a century ago, royal portraits hung in most public buildings. I'm sorry. A century ago, royal portraits hung in most public buildings and many homes. The absence of Charles' portrait in thousands of institutions. I'm sorry, I feel so bad for him. He said, reflects a clear change in the monarchy's relationship with modern Britain. Could you imagine how rejected, how bad and how hurt he feels? If there was just some way we could raise enough money to send Harry and Meghan's photos to those same institutions and see if they like those better. Poor Charles, such a loser, such a loser. Anyway, that is the handiwork of the Guardian, who they submitted a Freedom of Information Act to discover how many people rejected the images. So, it's a good thing he wasn't trying to send this. That would have been a disaster. You see there, King Charles' portrait rejected by 46,000 organizations in major blow to royal family. And after it says, King Charles' portrait rejected by tens of thousands of organizations. So that's another one of their emergency rewrites. The only thing I don't know is which I don't know who submitted that. Yeah, I just grabbed the screenshot, but I don't know who submitted that. I got to find out who did that. I love it though. 46,000. That is breathtaking. I mean, let that sink in. 46,000 public spaces where they refuse to accept his image. Zandy Sussex says, well done to everyone who refused this ridiculous propaganda drive to foist Charles' portrait on the public. Only 31% of the portraits found a home. North Korea tactics are no longer working. Anyway, the picture in the upper right corner, that is the one that they wanted to pass out. And here's one person's reaction here. That's not just rejection. That public vote of no confidence in royal relevance when over 46,000 bodies say no thank you to hanging your face on the wall is not art criticism, it's a national statement. Ouch, that stings, that really burns. Um, On to another topic here. Stella Parton, Dolly Parton's sister, she tweeted this today. So happy for them. As you know, she has been a longtime supporter of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And I got to play this for you. I got to play this for you. Let me get my thing queued up here. Okay. This is one of those things where you really have to hear it to believe it. So let me cue it for you.
This couple. Netflix aren't happy with this couple.
That's right. A source told American journalist Rob Shutter that this deal is dead. They said she had the name, the platform, the press, and the numbers were dismal. They're just waiting for the credits to roll. They'll let it expire quietly. There's no appetite for anything new.
Netflix aren't happy with this couple.
That's right. A source told American journalist Rob Shutter that this deal is dead. They said she had the name, the platform, the press, and the numbers were dismal. They're just waiting for the credits to roll. They'll let it expire quietly. There's no appetite for anything new.
Netflix.
Okay, so I played it twice for you. I think you got the message. How short-sighted. Kinsey Schofield, once again, making a fool of herself. As an American living in California, Meghan's home state, once again, she goes on television across the UK and every other possible way that people can watch GB News to do her best to humiliate Harry and Meghan. It is a nasty way to earn money. I mean, it's just disgusting what she does. And then I started thinking about how much she really needs the money. I mean, because one of the last times I saw her actually over in the UK on television, there she was cosplaying a loaf of Wonder Bread. I mean, things had gotten really tight for her. And I don't know if you can tell, but I would not be surprised if that outfit she's wearing was one of those home economic class patterns that she just, was able to sew herself as a very important project. But yeah, anyone who would masquerade herself as a loaf of Wonder Bread does not deserve to be heard. I'm just saying. And of course, now you see there, you said that at just the right time. I'm so sick and tired of crazy eyes, like girls so sit down somewhere. Well, as you can see, I have a lot of people that I have accused of being the love child of a certain celebrity. And this is one of the many individuals in the public arena that I would not be surprised to find out that Tammy Faye Baker put her up for adoption years ago. I just wouldn't be surprised. I mean, she is a chip off the old Tammy Faye. That's very same shock, horror, puzzled, overdone look seems to run in the family. Yeah, I'm almost certain of it. I'm almost certain of it. Anyway, and let's all recall the time when Kinsey Schofield, remember when she was crying like a rat eating onions because of Kate Middleton? American journalist breaks down in tears amid Kate Middleton cancer diagnosis and says she lost all faith in humanity, plus slams Kim Kardashian and John Oliver for making fun of the princess. If it was anybody else, I don't think she would care. But because of her audience, she puts on this pathetic performance, hoping to get some brownie points from everyone. Um, Either there, she fought back tears while coming on the princess's defense. Um, what is that thing that I'm always wanting to say, but I don't think I could say it as well as well. I don't think I could say it as well. Let me see if I can find it. There we go.
Hey, girl, sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Stars, they come and go. We never know when we'll see them. Okay, so take several seats. Take several seats. And of course, I couldn't help but notice this. And that, of course, is what I refer to as Kate Middleton's Renaissance Jesus moment. Oh, let's see here. Where's Bethany? Did she learn? Omarosa read her, right? Thank you so much for the super chat. The last time I saw Bethany, um, I don't know if you guys have ever seen that cartoon with Skeletor, but that's who Bethany reminds me of. It was the most frightful image of her I'd ever seen. Actually, it was a video, and it was frightening. Okay, Harry and Meghan's Netflix deal is dead. Bosses are just waiting for credits to roll. On 100 million contract with no appetite for anything new after dismal viewing figures, insiders claim. And let's see, that was July the 22nd. It was months and months of this speculation about their future. I'm just glad that they get to have the last laugh. I'm so glad for that. They definitely got their comeuppance. And of course, Ted Sarandos, check it out. Netflix UK revenue surges to 2.4 billion profits grow. 2.4 billion profits grow. The Netflix UK arm delivered this is UK, remember, where everybody was going to unplug their Netflix, delivered a strong performance in 2024 with revenue climbing 11% to 1.85 billion or 2.48 million, billion pounds, $1 billion. As the streaming giant continued its expansion in the territory, according to an annual report filed with Companies House, Netflix Service UK Limited, the company's British distribution arm, reported operating profits of 43.2 billion or $58 million for the year ending December 31st, 2024. Down from 53.7 million pounds or 72.1 million. The previous year, however, profits after taxes rose to the 47.8 million pounds. or $64.5 million. And anyway, I can't do that again. You see the numbers there. But I can't do that again because I'm confusing myself. But anyway, they have had a revenue surge. And that is in spite of the fact that a minority of people tried to make us believe what a majority of people were thinking about Netflix and about the Sussexes. So, anyway, that is the headquarters of Netflix. I'm trying to decide whether I want to send them a fruit basket or flowers for taking care of our faves. With love, Meghan. As you can see, that is the new poster, and that is the old poster on the left side. So I think I like the new one better. I love that image anyway. Yeah. Well, actually, I like them both. I love them both, but the one on the right, I guess just because it's new. Meghan and Harry hijacking Christmas after Netflix deal. So they're accusing the Sussexes of hijacking Christmas as though Christmas belongs to Kate Middleton. Check it out here. You can see a collage of all of these, well, not all, but a few of the sources where they reported on the new deal with Netflix. Oh, I got to play this one for you. Oh, you guys, I don't even think we're going to be here that long because how many more do I have left? I'm going so fast tonight. But I told you guys, I do want to try to get it down to an hour. There will still be some days where we'll go over that time, but I don't know. I felt myself that it was just getting so out of hand. So I wanted to definitely make it shorter. And then, of course, probably next week, we're going to try to get on earlier next week. So if you are listening on the playback, don't worry. Next week, we are going to try to order it, maybe even by this weekend, I hope. But we're going to try to come on earlier. So, okay, I'm going to play that for you.
Because Meghan and Harry, I'm super excited because Meghan and Harry are here.
Okay, sorry, I dropped it. Let me try it one more time. Okay.
I'm super excited because Meghan and Harry are here. Have you run into them yet?
I did not know they're here. No, I did not know they're here. I would love to say hello to them. Hey, what about people? Yeah,
Yeah,
I love that. I love the Royals. I'm a monarchist for sure.
we're all for it as well.
Yeah, so remember that when they told him that Meghan and Harry was there, he, well, I'll show you right there, that second photo on the right. That was his reaction, like shocked with a great deal of surprise and pleasure that they were there. So I cannot wait to see that particular episode when he comes on. I don't know. I just got a feeling that they're going to bond really well. So looking forward to that. Lex says, Will and Kate get the vapors around Megan's Christmas special? I'm going to share something about Kate. They are reacting already. They're not even going to wait until Christmas. They are reacting as we speak. And I have, you know what? Let me take a look because I haven't seen the video that they're talking about, but I want to see if I can find it just so that I can speak on it with more authority. Give me just a second here. I want to see it for myself so that I could speak with a bit more credibility. Let me see. That would be Oh my God. Yeah, they have a 2-minute video. Mother Nature's Summer. Our lives flourish when we cherish the bonds of love and friendship. It has never been more important to appreciate the value of one another and of Mother Nature. Here's to summer. And she signed that C for Catherine. I'm telling you, they are starting already. Thank you, Legs. I'll show you. Oh, that's the next thing. Here's to summer. Kate urges people um, to ignite their inner fire and cherish the bonds of love and friendship as she releases second film inspired by solace she took from Mother Nature during her cancer journey. You guys, every time there is the slightest momentum, they do this. The slightest momentum, and they do this. They are literally pulling it out again. I don't even have to tell you what they're pulling out, but they are literally doing it again. All because of the announcement that came out about not only the new contract, but the fact that With Love is going to premiere, the season 2 is going to premiere August 26th. See there, anything Kate can do, royal fans accuse Meghan of copying Princess of Wales' festive new Netflix announcement. It is literally war. They are thinking of every possible angle. They are thinking of every possible angle. And so, once again, with that bizarre, weird, baffling look on her face, Kate is wandering through the wheat fields again. Now, of course, this is from before, but I don't even think that this is new video footage. I think that they took a lot of video when they had the crew and they just edited something in a hurry to try to steal Meghan's thunder. That's what I believe. How much money goes to these vanity projects from taxes? Thank you, Legs. The answer is a lot. A lot. And if you notice, they no longer mention Harry and Meghan and their Netflix cameras. Of course, the phony doctor from Centabale, you might remember she referenced the Netflix cameras. She didn't realize that that's not really a thing anymore, but she tried it anyway. See there? There she is rubbing up against the birch tree. And this is really, really bad. There's a reason why Kate never tried to become a fashion model. There's a reason. Because that weird, quirky expression on her face, that is not the face to sell clothing, to promote clothing. It's just not. Okay. And again, these are not the new images. I'm just throwing some of these old ones out there to whet your appetite for what's to come. So I'm not going to play the video here, but I'm just reminding you that every time there's some momentum, Kate has to go to the forest. I think this is another occasion. This is when they went to that island. Was that in the spring when they went to that island? That's where that one comes from. And they had them foraging in the woods and such. This is too corny. It is too corny. They should be embarrassed of themselves for subjecting themselves to this. And even worse, some of their supporters, the journalists and such, or so-called journalists, the Royal Rota, they have warned them against doing this, and they do it anyway. This is the excuse for going on vacation healing. Thank you, Legs, for the super chat. Legs, I can see that you are on fire tonight. I love it. I love it. Oh, good morning to you too. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Okay. Again, this is from earlier this year. These are not the new images. I'm just sharing these with you to remind you. I haven't watched the video yet, but I'm going to try to see how many of these were stitched together to make the new video. This whole metaphor of not being out of the woods and Kate loves nature, I don't know if this is working for them because most people just don't have the time or resources to go and wander around with a camera crew of 9 people or more. And with that, you guys, guess what? That was my last slide. And as I said, it was going to be about an hour. Well, anyway, it is less than an hour. So I am going to bid you all a good night. I'm looking at a couple of your comments here. Yeah, so that people will forget about the yachts. Oh, you're welcome, Lydia Washington. Thank you so much. Good night, Jacqueline. Okay, love you guys. Thank you all very much. And I will talk to you all soon. And cheers to Jerry White. Miss Jerry. I haven't spoke to her in a while, but I do mean to catch up with her soon. Uh-oh, got one more super chat. Don't matter what they do. Kate pre-recorded videos only got 34,000 views, while Meghan's announcement got millions. Thank you for that. Oh, wait. There you go. And thank you so much for the super chat. So anyway, I'm not going to link that video. If you all care to watch it, I'm not going to be mad at you. But trust me, it's just a whole bunch of Kate trying to sound philosophical and a bunch of pictures of the forest. So, all right. Cheers. Good night. God bless. And I will see you all next time.